Call me Neoblade. This is an introduction to the staircase. This is for all races. I'm a Zerg player, former Protoss player, and as you can see I'm Platinum 2 and I have 100% win rate in this division. You have seen a screenshot where I have only 57 win rate because I played more games, and I think I will be promoted to Platinum 1 if I keep winning, or I will go down to 55 or 53% and then stay in Platinum 2. But using the staircase is able to put you to Platinum 2, and I proved it. So this basic introduction is just about the importance of macro and mechanics. The staircase should be played about 100 to 200 games. Some people will need 300 games or even 400 games, but it's not designed to be a solution for your whole StarCraft career, and you can move on if you think you have a basic understanding of StarCraft 2 micro, macro and mechanics. So people often bitch about cheese, and I just want to move into this. This is the staircase step 4 for Zerg, a replay for this, but keep in mind this introduction is for all 3 races. And you can play cheese if you want. You can play this kind of Terran cheese, will just stay in my vision. And I think the game wasn't over when the opponent decided to leave the game. Please take a look at my other The Staircase videos. The Staircase and SQ are important. You can Google them in my channel, or search for them in my YouTube channel. I wanted to build Zergling and roaches in this game, trying a gasless build. Mamba taught me a Grandmasters, but my opponent decided to build proxy barracks. Do not bitch about cheese and all-ins. Train. First of all, get a trainings partner. First of all, you have to scout the cheese, then get a trainings partner and train a ton. Or training. So now I scout the cheese. I did not pull all my probes, my drones. Perhaps I did a little bit too much, but I want to have income. 2 things I want to defend here. I want to prevent these bunkers getting finished, and I want to kill as much Marines as I can without losing that much drones. But the opponent has to micro his SCVs. The opponent has to micro these Marines, and this is too much for him. I should this drone killed an SCV, and now the cheese is defended. But my opponent gets a lot of overmints, which he should not get, and my opponent builds 3 CC afterwards. So he's not that behind, I think, but he chose to leave the game anyway. And why do I choose this game? It's a completely brand new game, Platinum 2, and my opponent, and you will face cheese a lot of times. I think about 10% or 20% of the game, or all-ins. Cheese and all-in are not the same, but you will face it a lot. And my opponent has no army left. His barracks are not at home, so he has to wall here immediately. But he could do that, and then he had 3 CC. I think I can manage to prevent him from getting a natural here, because I have 5 links and I can produce more. But he should have scouted I do not have gas, so this is not the end of the game. But he thinks his cheese failed, and so he has to leave the game. You will see now some screenshots of Jack Attack and my revisions of his guide using the staircase, and I will explain why I chose to make adjustments. Most adjustments are coming from Legacy of the Void, and most adjustments come from the staircase is dependent on GD Tracker, and GD Tracker does not work properly in some divisions like Race Macro and so on. See you in the next part. This is the next part, and the first step regarding Terran in the staircase, step 1 is mine only minerals, no gas, attack move on the minimap only, and do not look at battles. Which means you're not allowed to micro outside your base. If you get cheesed, or you get all-in, or you get dropped, you are allowed to micro in your base, but not outside your base. Which means you always should have a hotkey or a control group for your army. Sometimes the correct term is control group, but sometimes the people say hotkey. So how do you train that? You go to multiplayer. You will see an advanced training after this short part. You go to custom, you take a ladder map, create with mod, search for Neo School, and somehow there is a problem, but there is create game. This Neo School mod will try to teach you how to macro and watch your mechanics. You take an elite AI, whatever is your favorite. I take Zerg, for example. I take economic focus, so the Zerg won't attack me that much, but I will build some bunkers. Why an elite? Perhaps you're afraid of an elite because you are not able to kill it, and because you can train your A move above the minimap. I've taken a large map. If you want to use another large map, it's totally up to you. And you see I use hotkeys. And I use cameras. We'll just do that now.
SCV ready.
I use an SCV to build all my depots. I will play CC first, because that does not matter against the AI, but you can play whatever you want. You can proxy barracks, you can play an all-in, whatever you like, but I would strongly recommend using a good macro
Additional
build
supply
order.
depots
And if
required.
you have no idea what you wanna play, you should play CC first.
Not enough minerals.
It should be,
Woohoo! Overtime.
Not
if your
enough minerals.
scouting is
Not
good,
enough minerals.
it should be valid in all of your
Yep.
matchups.
Not enough minerals.
Even low skill players told me that they can defend cheese and bronze, silver and gold. So then we need a barracks,
Ah! You scared me. SCV ready. Yes, sir.
and we put this on a hotkey as well. So you see in the wireframe here that I can use
SCV ready.
my hotkeys, my control groups to watch my production. I need an additional
Big job, huh?
depot.
I can't build here. SCV ready.
There's the Zerg.
SCV ready.
In the Staircase Step 1 you are allowed to do an SCV scout, but if you're bronze or silver I wouldn't recommend it, because if your macro is very good and your SQ is above 100 or above 90, you can easily kill your opponents just going for macro. This is a mistake. Your idle workers should never be you should not have idle workers. I use the camera position here,
SCV ready.
and I will now build SCVs. I have too much
Go ahead.
money, so I built the next depot,
What's
and
going
I
on?
built
You're the boss.
2 barracks. This is a mechanics failure.
Upgrade complete.
Gangway. Coming.
Upgrade complete.
And I can now build SCVs. I use 3 SCVs in all OC, and I try to build only 2 Marines
SCV ready.
in
Who wants
my
some?
barracks. So I think I can build a
I'm
depot
going.
again, and I think I can
Bad
build
news.
another barracks.
SCV ready. This better be good.
And I should use my mule, otherwise I will die.
Go, go,
Mule
go.
energy is always a problem for me,
Not enough minerals.
and I will build an
In
additional
rear.
depot.
Big job, huh?
I will make a wall here.
Will do. SCV ready. You want a piece of me, boy? Gangway coming through.
And when you have enough stuff,
SCV ready.
you
This better be good.
just move over the minimap.
Armed
And you
ready.
always try to
Who wants some?
watch your control group for your army, and it should be increasing all the time. I think
SCV
I
ready.
missed these barracks, so I will add them,
What's going on?
and I will build additional barracks.
Well, butter my biscuit. SCV ready.
I jump to my base here, and I will build 2 barracks here as
Yes,
well.
sir.
And I should build a bunker,
Bad news.
or even build 2,
I
and
can't
there is
build
my
here.
OC energy. I think you got the point, and you can send your Marines over the minimap using A move. It's important to learn A move, and we'll see you with advanced and more difficult training method for the Staircase Step 1, which will enable you to play a little bit of micro for Step 2. But there will be a video about Step 2 in a few weeks. Thank you, and see you guys in the next part. As you can see in the screenshot, you have to complete benchmarks to do the staircase step 1. I strongly recommend you try Grandmaster spending skill in the staircase step 1, which is an SQ above 90 all the time. I recommend this doing the staircase step 1 and step 2. After the staircase step 2, which means you are in step 3, you can choose your league goal, and if it's gold, that's totally fine, or if it's platinum, it's totally fine. Then it will below, your SQ will below 90. I do not find it very difficult to get above 70, but that's totally up to you. The next thing is your TSC. That's very easy to find. You view your profile, choose match history, and we'll take a look. I was a Zerg player, and here is time supply kept, TSC, time supply kept. And a Grandmaster time supply kept is below 50 seconds. If your 20 seconds are even better than 40 seconds. So the more low you get, the better you will play. But sometimes in the lower leagues here are 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minute 30, whatever you can imagine. The highest I've ever seen, I think, is 7 minutes and something. Please try to stay below 50 seconds all the time for Grandmaster benchmark in the staircase step 1 and step 2. Thanks for listening, and we'll see us in the next part. Call me Neoblade, and this is the next part. You can see my win rate in Platinum 2 using the staircase. But let's jump right into the guide. I made screenshots of Jack attacks the staircase and my my differences between his version and my version. I will point out his version and tell you about it. I prepared a replay. This is played in August 2016, and this is the staircase step 1. You should use Neo AI. I will show you later on how you do it, because your command card will be disabled, but
SCV ready.
we'll see what you should use first. You should have a basic understanding of using cameras and hotkey locations.
SCV ready.
I think I will show them right away.
Additional supply.
And you should use cameras, like I said, and you should use hotkeys and control groups. Both are stated here. And how you do that, you train your multitasking,
SCV ready.
doing two different things. If you play against a Terran, you attack his SCV and try
SCV
to
ready.
build your SCVs and your Marines and your depots. As you can see, I will attack
SCV ready.
his SCV, and if your opponent defends that, you walk away and attack it again, but you always use control groups and hotkeys to build additional stuff. You can watch this in my channel using the mental checklist. Shortcut or acronym is MCL, mental checklist,
ready.
and you use hotkeys and control groups. This is the staircase step 1. In the staircase, step
SCV ready.
2, you should scout and try what Jack Attack told you in guidelines and notes in his document.
SCV
Try to
ready.
keep at least one unit or group of units active on the map after you first scout. This will help train your multitasking. Well, you will see me doing exactly that. The Neo AI is not designed to kill you.
Upgrade complete.
Perhaps it will, but it's not designed that way. It's designed to train your macro and your mechanics and your multitasking by disabling the command card and giving you some
SCV ready.
things about to stay below,
SCV ready.
like minerals and so on. And you should try to have an SQ above 100 all the time using this map. And you, as you can see, I have SQ 117 and so on.
SCV ready.
So you see I use my marine and walk around the map,
SCV ready.
and I use a move with the minimap and I take the watchtowers. These are your basic sets for your basic objectives for the staircase step 1. Let's take a closer look. We scout the front with using a marine. This is the staircase step 2, but you train it on these maps to be able to execute the staircase step 2. And you should, in the staircase step 1, you just skip this marine moving around. You will see it's hard to A-move over the minimap, and it's hard to expand a lot and so on. And I will die to energy on this map, as you can see now. I had more than 90 energy on this map. How you can train this map? You can train this mod using every Blizzard map you like. I just take this one, create with mod, search mod, Neo AI, and there it is. Create game, and then you have apotheosis using Neo AI macro and mechanics. Extension mod info, how to play, patch notes, and so on. This is the first part, which you should train. The next part is the arcade. You search for NeoMT. You choose NeoMT Proberto LOTV, multitask. You select create game. This is standard, and it does not matter what you choose here. You choose Terran, of course, but you can select a different race in the within the game. You can read the instructions, but your main goal is just do not die. You choose bronze if you're a bronze player, and silver if you're silver, and so on. But first of all, you should start with bronze if you never played that. And your scouting unit, we took a marine last time, in the staircase step 1 is this probe. It's explained in the help section why it's a probe. And you always do 2 of those waypoints. You cannot use 3 or 4, you just use 2.
SCV ready.
I forgot about the camera locations, doing them right now.
SCV ready.
And your goal here is to produce 70 workers.
What's going
I
on?
should have built a depot. My mechanics in Terran or for Terran are very bad. My main is Zurich. And we will
You scared me!
use
Your probes are under attack.
this to build additional workers. And we need a barracks right now,
Bad news?
because we will be attacked soon. We put this on a hotkey. And I lost my probe. And let's pause for a while, because I forgot the basic guidelines which you have seen in the screenshot. Choose a race, of course you have chosen Terran if you see this video. Choose a league goal, which means for the Staircase Step 1 and the Staircase Step 2 you choose Grandmaster Spending Skill, which is an SQ of 100 in these maps, but it's above 90 in ladder. So upload your replays at GG Tracker and try to have an SQ spending quotient above 90 for all your ladder replays. If you're Terran, which you are, use the Staircase Step 1. Follow each constriction for each step. To pass a game you have to exceed all your benchmarks in your league goals, which means a TSC below 50 seconds for the Staircase Step 1 and Step 2. TSC is time supply capped, and I will show you after this game where you can find it. When you pass 4 out of 5 games, move on to the next step, and I suggest you use 9 out of 10 games, because you should train the steps more. If you choose 8 out of 10 games to keep the percentage of 80%, that's totally fine. I think 90% and 10 games are better, which means you can complete all 7 steps of the staircase in 70 games, but most of all will use 200 or 400 games, as I said in the introduction. So this is the basic thing,
ready.
and I can build another barracks, but first of all I need
Big job, huh?
an additional
Uh-huh.
depot.
SCV ready.
I checked my... yeah, I set my cameras, as you can see, and I built an
In the
additional
rear with
barracks.
the gear. SCV ready.
This map will attack you with liberators and submarines, so we need now a bunker.
SCV ready.
And I think you will find this
Base
map
is
very
under
hard.
attack.
We'll just attack these marines with all our SCVs
Well, butter my
and move those marines right to back to mining.
Your probes are under
I need now
SCV ready.
2 orbital commands, and you can stay below 100 with your orbital command. Your TSC is calculated in this map. So first of all we'll use both orbital
Your
commands,
probes are under attack.
and then we'll start an additional barracks.
What's going on? Did you?
Your probes are under attack.
And now I will build marines. I will try to build a depot.
Upgrade complete.
Yep. This better be good.
Upgrades are complete, so I throw my mule. I build SCVs using hotkeys. Start with 3, even though it said you only are allowed to use 2, but I find that easier for the Marines, and it's more important for the Marines, because if you build 3 Marines in a queue, you can build another barracks. Always hotkey your barracks. I will build another bunker.
Your probes are under attack.
And I should try not to lose my probe. And I should always produce SCVs. I take a look at my energy. No, I do not have energy. If you want to take a real look at your real energy, you can just take a look here. But on the other hand, you can just look at this symbol on the right hand side. I forgot to build Marines, and I used too much Marines. I will now constantly build depots.
Your probes are under attack.
And I lose the probe all the time, which is bad.
With the gear. We hear you. SCV ready.
Your probes are under attack.
We should repair this bunker.
This better be good.
And we should build Marines.
Big job, huh?
And we should
In
build
the rear with the
depots.
gear. SCV ready.
I think I will try to defend the Liberators using my Marines. But you could try to build turrets. Again, I did not build. I put the barracks into my control group, which is very, very, very bad.
Probes are under attack.
I have
Insufficient Vespine
enough
gas.
mule, and I think I can now kill
You gonna give me orders?
These
Want a piece of
rocks.
me, boy?
using a move.
SCV ready. This better be good.
And I think, again, I forgot about barracks in my control group. So,
Way. Coming through.
what is your goal? To get SQ above 100?
Additional supply depots
And
required.
you are not allowed to
Additional supply
go with your probes remaining on 0, then you will lose the map.
Additional supply depots required.
We'll just
Additional
go
supply depots. Not enough energy. Additional
Nukes.
supply depots
and we'll
required.
supply block very heavily now.
Move it. What's going on?
Your probes are under attack.
Yeah.
Mineral field depleted.
Which means we will build additional barracks.
Huh? It's your dime.
But these supply blocks are very, very bad.
Bad news. You're the ball.
Your probes are under attack. Your probes
There are
under
the
attack.
Liberators, I saw them on the minimap, so
SCV ready.
I will
Armed and ready.
Your probes are under attack.
Base is under attack.
We could use
I
some help
need
here.
to repair the bunker again.
This better be good.
Destroyed the Liberators already. And you see,
Armed and ready.
you can easily defend all attacks
We could use some
using
help
just
here.
Marines. And your goal, I'm sorry, sometimes the maps distract me. Oh, my macro energy is high.
This better be good. You want a piece of me, boy?
Your probes are under attack.
I'm sorry I'm distracted now.
Who wants some? Go, go, go! What's going on?
And use a move
SCV ready.
with the minimap, no
Our
problem.
SCVs are under attack.
We could use some help here. This better be good.
Mineral field depleted.
We shouldn't lose
Armed and
any
ready.
SCVs.
Your probes are under attack.
I think I can use the mule again.
In the rear with the gear.
Not enough
We
minerals.
should build an additional base.
We could use some help here.
But you see me struggling all the time. Your main goal is just to,
You want a piece of me, boy?
this time remaining
This better
should
be good.
point out 0.
Mineral field
So
depleted.
you play this map as long as you stay alive, and as
What's
long
going on?
as this time remaining is above 0.
Woohoo! In the rear with the gear.
Your probes are under attack.
Well, I think this will wrap it up. I think you saw me struggling with this map. My mechanics are very bad as Terran.
Big job, huh?
Your probes are under attack.
SCV ready. Who wants some?
Well, thanks for listening for this part, and I will show you additional things in the staircase step 2. So, I made a mistake. You should play bronze on this map if you're the staircase step 1, and silver if you're the staircase step 2, and so on. And you should advance in the difficulty using this map. Thanks for listening, and we'll see us in the staircase step 2.